Can you feel life moving through your mind?
Now, I know y'all are asking yourselves two questions. The first one is he about to do this entire video with that stupid shadow thing on his head? The answer is no, I am not. And honestly, it was getting very hot and I can't even wear it with my glasses on. That's the first question. Second question is, did I go to see a Sonic movie today? And the answer is yes. What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Mansa back again to do another review on the channel. And today we're doing the recently released Sonic movie 3. That is right, the third in the, well, we thought it was going to be a trilogy, but apparently we might be getting a fourth movie coming in 2027, which is always great to hear. Now, I recently did, with the introduction of Shadow into the, movie franchise, I did play Shadow the Hedgehog recently, did my review on that, so go check that video out. But this movie was really based on the Sonic Adventure 2, which was a classic for a lot of us growing up. Like, we've all been waiting for some type of adaptation of this. Now, people go back and forth. You like Sonic Adventure 1 better or Sonic Adventure 2? Honestly, 1, you get to play as more characters and you get to play as 9 or 10 stages as Sonic, which a lot of people like, but Sonic Adventure 2, just the story and things like that, and like the fact that they adapted that story into this movie just shows just the staying power and the power of that. So as far as the story goes, with this being the introduction of Shadow, Shadow has a pretty dark past. I mean, this was the introduction of that Black Air Force One energy finally into the Sonic verse. So his story is, he came around 50 years ago. He's been on ice essentially because the GUN, which is the government agency, they've been keeping him a secret. He's a project, technically an alien that came over. And if you play the Shadow the Hedgehog games, he was kind of a mix between another alien creature, Black Doom, which they didn't show in this movie, which I didn't think they would, but essentially he's out for revenge because his childhood friend Maria was killed by Gun, and she was the only person that understood him, and that's it. He's out for revenge. So I want to talk about the good, and then we'll get into a little bit of the bad. So if you've seen any of the Sonic movies, yes, there's the same kind of, I don't call them Deadpool references, but when you talk about other universes, Pokemon and Batman and stuff like that, general good family humor, a little corny here and there, but I think fans of Sonic and video games in general can enjoy them. Like, I like every single one that I saw, the third one definitely being the best. So I think they did really good with references, especially to, older Sonic games and little things here and there. They even played like this new rendition of the Green Hill Zone song at one point, like just subtle stuff or things from Sonic Adventure 2, like I mentioned, from the opening sequence and certain ways they were moving and poses and things like that. Really good. I also want to say the choreography was really good when it came to like the fight and action scenes. Like, normally for action scenes or fights, like, you might just have a few punches and stuff blowing up and stuff like that, but just the way the camera followed them around really looked like there was some martial arts type fighting. Like, when you watch Dragon Ball Z really closely or any other anime with fighting, like, you'll see there's actual choreography being put in place. And the craziest thing when I'm watching this is just thinking, like, man, when they first showed that ugly Sonic back in, what was it, 2019 or 2018, and everybody freaked out, think about what could have happened. Now, the fact that they took that fan feedback, redesigned him, everything, look how big this franchise has gone. It's gotten really popular. Sonic's as popular as he's ever been. Shadow being introduced, they got Happy Meals, you got him, them doing a remake with Shadow Cross Sonic Generations. They about to be in a new racing game. Like, they did a lot. Even, and again, just talking about the references that I really like they were eating at this restaurant. They call it the Chow Garden. Like, there was these chow, kind of like a, I don't call it a Chuck E. Cheese type of like animatronic things walking around. They even mentioned Team Sonic, right? So people are thinking, hey, we might be heading to a Sonic Heroes movie or theme based on that story for Sonic 4, which I think would be great. I also got that on the GameCube, so I'll play that and do a review probably at some point soon. So again, just really good. The story, a lot of it was pretty predictable, like whether you played Sonic Adventure 2 ever or not. And unfortunately, when I was looking up something completely unrelated literally yesterday on YouTube, and then someone had a bootleg little clip or scene that kind of spoiled a part of the movie for me, which again, predictable, but I didn't want to see that on YouTube. I was rather have seen it in the theaters. But either way, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I think they did a really good job, paying homage to all the Sonic stuff that we know, specifically the Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 games. Again, Sonic Heroes references, just that early 2000s. Another thing I like, of course, they did the thing, right? They did the thing. Crush 40 did a new rendition of Live and Learn, and it definitely hit. I actually just saw a clip of him at the movie, the lead singer at the movies, and apparently he's suing Sega for the rights to that song. Apparently they didn't know it was being used in other things and games and stuff like that. So I hope that goes well for him and everything. But he was actually doing the premiere, I think Thursday, somewhere in New Jersey, not near me. It was probably like a 50-minute ride for me, and I wasn't going to do that. I didn't care that much. But I saw a video on Twitter of him like singing at a fan little meetup thing during the movies.
Are all of you Sonic fans? Yes. Are all of you Crush 40 fans? Live and learn! Hanging on the edge of tomorrow! Live and learn from the worst of yesterday! Live and learn! If you make love, if you borrow! Live and learn! We can never find your way! I know you guys!
And I just thought that was awesome, man. Again, like, it's those little or big things for, fans and nostalgia that takes the movie over the top. I was seeing kids at the movies, like younger kids with like shadow hoods on their hoodies. Like, Sonic is as popular as ever. And like, I know we talk about how bad some of the 3D games are and unresponsive and stuff like that, but like, the staying power of Sonic is literally needs to be commended. Like, this game came out in 91. That's 33 years ago. In 2 years, they're going to be on their 35th anniversary. Like, that is insane. And they're still putting out lots and lots of, product and merch and games and movies and TV shows. Like, Sonic's as popular as he's ever been. And I saw this thing not that long ago that kind of said, like, Sonic represented that, like, cool, cocky, like, 90s kid. And then Shadow comes along and he's like that emo, brooding, early 2000s edgy like type of kid, which they fit those personas really well. And then they said Silver's kind of that millennial, new technology, internet guy or whatever, which I don't know, a lot of people don't really like Silver. I hope they can somehow make him cooler. I think just his powers and stuff just doesn't translate to people really caring about people running fast and stuff like that. Now I want to talk about the bad a little bit. So there's not a ton of bad. Again, yes, there are corny moments, there's little cheesy family stuff, but my main thing, honestly, Keanu didn't do what I hoped he was going to do. I know a lot of people was saying, oh, he'll do fine, and we've seen him a little bit in the trailers, but Keanu, bro, we already know his acting is whatever, but when you do the voice acting and you can't even see his face, it's just not good. Like, he's sitting there talking about, Maria, am I like the aliens? Stars are just the shining, and I will have my revenge. Why don't you like, it's, yeah, man, it was rough. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I was watching it, like, I'm gonna give him grace, but it was not that great. But besides that, I don't have any, bad things to say about it. I think they did a really good job. Seeing Gerald and Ivo Robotnik reunited was something that we don't see in the video games, because obviously he's not alive. He's really old, which he should be 100 something in this game as well. But yeah, I think I definitely recommend it for anyone who's a fan of, whether you go with the family just to see it, or you're a fan of Sonic, specifically Sonic Adventure 2. I definitely recommend everybody go see it. Stay for I don't know if there was a post-credit scene. There was a mid-credit scene, which was really good, that shows you what's kind of coming for, the near future, or, in the next couple of years. It got me to spend $30 on this stupid popcorn bucket and hat thing. So definitely really good. Again, if you're a fan of Sonic, definitely check it out. I recommend it. One of the best video game adaptations by far, and they're only getting better. Hey, listen, that's all I got. Definitely go see it. Really good, feel good moments. It doesn't overstay its welcome. The pacing is really good. I think it was a perfect video game movie, essentially. Like perfect, whether it was based on video game or not, I think it was a really good movie. So definitely check it out. So that's all I got to say. Again, please leave a like on this video, subscribe if you have not already, and I will catch you on the next video.